about and see. Hey, everybody, welcome. It is Monday night. Welcome to a very special edition of MCU Mondays right here on Feast of Fandoms. Tonight, we are having a very special crossover event that Debbie did not think would ever happen. And I think she's still kind of surprised that it is happening. But guess what? Here we are. This is the special DC crossover event. All three of us saw the new Superman movie over the weekend, and we are here to talk about it. I, of course, am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good.
Also,
I've been begging for a DC show. We still don't have it, so what the hell?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I get my
Is
brother
it?
to come. I don't know. Maybe. You never know. I can't do it. I don't know enough. So, also with us tonight is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
Well, you could say I'm doing super.
Are
this
you
evening.
doing Superman?
Yeah.
Superman.
I have a feeling this show's gonna be super. There's just a feeling I get. Actually, wait. I gotta leave,
All right. Special guest.
and I'm back.
So anyway, we are talking about the new James Gunn Superman movie. See, this is why it's a good tie-in right here, because James Gunn, of course, was with Marvel MCU. He did all the Guardians movies, and we all love him for that. And now he's moved over to DC, which is fine. We don't complain with him. Hopefully, he'll do a better job with DC. My hope is that he's more like a Kevin Feige for the Marvel universe, to where he's there to kind of oversee everything and make sure all the stories line up and everything goes
I think
as
so.
needed to go. So
I mean,
I'm
he said
hoping.
before. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, because I know that they have like the projects planned out, and he said that they're not they're not announcing a project is happening until they have a script that they have complete confidence in. So I would be shocked if there's ever a project where us fans are like, they may not all be peak, but I don't think they're ever going to be like, oh, that was yikes. In my opinion, I'm not saying it can't happen, but
Hey,
and
it's
James
possible.
Gunn we trust, so yeah. No, I'm kidding.
But anyway, so I went into this movie not expecting much. I mean, Superman to me has always been Superman has always been like if the Incredible Hulk were to make a movie. He's just supremely overpowered, and he gets the job done anywhere he goes. So it's almost like, why bother with it? He makes a good background character. To pit him up against something is just not. And I know Superman is your forefront. Superman's like Batman. It's Superman and Batman. Those are your two DC. But to me, making a movie about Superman to where he's having, he basically fights and punches his way out of everything. Batman is a thinker. Batman's the detective. Dark Knight, blah, blah, blah. But with Superman, you have to constantly, I guess I'm trying to get it, you have to constantly come up with villains and issues that Superman is going to have to face. And it just, with him being so overpowered in the comics, especially, it's like, how do you keep coming up with stuff? Eventually the stories are going to run out. And that's my opinion. But don't give me that.
Lex, take the shot now.
Yeah, take the shot. I've got my blinds closed. I knew what was coming.
I mean, he's been around since the 30s. I mean, there's plenty of comic runs. I mean, there are different iterations of Superman. There's old Superman, dying Superman. I mean, and the movies are all different. Christopher Reeves is different from Brandon Routh, and then you got Henry Cavill, you got Tom Welling, Tyler, I never know how to spell or how to say his last name, but the CW's Superman.
Mhm.
All which I love. I mean, they're
Yeah.
all different. I love them all.
Don't forget Dean Cain and George Reeves.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen much of George. I mean, outside of reruns that I seen as a kid, but
I was
that's
gonna say George Reeves was black and white. Although I did
when he
say
was on Lucy.
Oh yeah, I saw that clip the other day.
if you really go break it down, there is a movie called Hollywoodland. It's got Ben
Yeah.
Stiller and Adrian Brody, I think, is in it. Is the lead in that? But it's about George Reeves and him being Superman and everything.
And Ben Affleck is Superman.
Oh, I
Mhm.
thought I said Ben. Okay, yeah,
No.
yeah. Ben Affleck
Yeah,
was George
Ben
Reeves.
Affleck.
Underrated movie. That movie was so good. I love that movie. I thought it was great. I love the biopic pick of that and the way they talked about his murder. Well, murder/suicide, however you want to look at it. You know, and the way he was portrayed. I love the scene where they're in the. He's done a few Superman pictures now, and he's in the coffee shop or they're in the restaurant or whatever, and the kids are outside the window and they see him, and he stands up in front of the window like this, and everybody. I was like, oh, so good, so good. God, I love that scene. I don't know why. Goosebumps. I got goosebumps. But anyway, but we're here to talk about this latest Superman movie. I'm glad we did not get an origin story. Thank God.
Some people were complaining, where was the origin story? Oh my God.
If you don't know the origin of Superman at this point, what rock have you been living under? I mean, seriously. That's like, if they would have put the origin story in, people instead would have complained and said, well, how many times are you going to tell Superman's origin story? It's the same thing with Batman.
And Spider-Man.
Okay, go downstairs.
It's
I'll be
like,
down in a minute, okay?
You know, all you have to do is watch one of the iterations and you'll know what his backstory is.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me something unrealistic happened where like Superman's parents sent him from an exploding planet and he lands in a random field in Kansas, and then this couple happens to be driving by and decides to raise him? You're telling me it's something like that?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, you can watch Smallville, you get it. You can watch Christopher Reeves movies, you get it. Man of Steel, guess what? You get it.
Yeah.
You can watch Superman the animated series from the early mid 90s time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You get it there too. If you don't know Superman's origin at this, I don't know did they cover it all in. I don't watch the CW one, so I don't know if they covered it. And I'm
gonna start Superman and Lois soon because I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good.
Oh, the Tyler one. Gosh, I just watched that. Well, not this year. I think it was last year because I never got a chance to watch it, and I thought it was very well done. I'm not sure if they did an origin, but there again, we don't need it.
You don't need it.
You don't need it.
In fact, I loved the way this one started to where it said, something like 30 years ago, metahumans
3 centuries,
were discovered.
And then
right.
They
counted down, and it was like 30 years ago, Superman landed on Earth. 3 years ago, Superman came out became the strongest metahuman known. And I'll get to this in a minute. I want everyone to remember that. 3 years ago, Superman came out as the strongest metahuman known. 3 weeks ago, Superman stopped the war from happening, and 3 hours ago, 3 minutes ago, Superman has suffered his first defeat. And then, of course, we get the famous scene that everybody's seen with him landing in the snow and the dumb dog coming.
How dare you, sir?
Oh,
how dare you?
I loved Crypto. He was one of my favorite parts.
He's sitting there laying, bleeding, and that dog's wanting to play. And I'm like,
well, hey, you know what?
Dog, help him.
It makes sense at the end why Crypto's like that. But I loved Crypto. I thought I was pleasantly surprised with how much he was in the movie, because I was worried it was just going to be like that one scene and then that was it. But I liked that he was like the sidekick.
Honestly, to me, it wasn't overdone.
Wasn't like he was in every freaking scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
I mean,
comedy, the
some
humor
people
in it.
found him very annoying. I didn't. I
didn't.
loved him. I thought he was
Yeah.
great.
I found him borderline annoying. I was like a bit much, but I know, and I'm cruel and heartless, and
Well, I find all dogs more annoying for the most part. I tolerate them. My daughter has a dog, and I'm not a big dog fan. I don't like to see him hurt or anything, but I tolerate. They scare me only because I got bit when I was a kid. So, but yeah, if there's a movie with a dog in it and it's sad, yeah, I'll cry.
Yeah,
But I thought he was hilarious. He was one of my favorite parts.
I liked the robots. I love
Alan Tudyk.
Well, it was Alan Tudyk and Michael Roker was actually one of them as well. And if you don't know, Michael Roker played Yondu.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. and
see, there's Marvel in here.
There was quite a few.
What's her face? Mantis was in this too.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper was in it. Yeah,
there's Marvel all over this.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
Nathan Fillion was in Guardians 3. Guess what? He's in this one too. He has a larger role in this one than he did in Guardians 3. But I thought the characters in this one, I really liked the characters. They were there and they did what they needed to do, but they were not overdone. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, would you just stop? Just, I've had enough of you, go away kind of thing.
That's one of the things James Gunn does best, because there's Guardian, Suicide Squad, and now this. He can handle.
I don't know about Suicide Squad, but whatever.
Well, to me at least,
it was better than the other one.
He can handle a lot of characters. Not feel,
But he can handle. But again, the characters were well done. It just seemed like. And I saw somebody say something on TikTok about this, and I was sort of in agreement with, yes, the characters were well done and they were well maintained, but because there was so many different things that you had to pay attention to. Hawk Girl annoyed me.
She's not really in the movie.
I know she wasn't. Really because the whole thing with her attacking people and she's screaming like a hawk, I was just like,
that's what she does.
Well, that's part of the name.
Bit much.
No, that's what she does.
It was annoying.
Next? Well,
that one. Supergirl got me too. By the way, Supergirl was in this, and I'll get to that one in a minute.
Okay,
By the way, we are talking spoilers about this movie. All right.
Okay, Andrew, I'm convinced you and I need to start a DC show.
Yeah,
I'll go for it.
Gosh. You're telling me, yeah.
I wanna know though your thoughts on Superman himself. Go for it, Andrew. You have something on your mind. Go for it. What are your thoughts on Superman himself?
Yeah, so
the man himself.
This will lead up to the point. So I've been looking forward to this movie since the day it was announced 2.5 years ago. It was my most anticipated movie of the year. When I had no idea who David Corenswet was before he was announced. As soon as he was announced, and I was looking at him, and even before he was in the suit, I was like, "That's Superman. I can see it." And then with the suit and all the marketing, and just I was like, "He is Superman." He reminds me of Christopher Reeve as Superman, kind of that. And even the movie was kind of like a comic book come to life, which I really liked. But I thought. All the everyone, like Rachel was Lois Lane. She is Lois. Skylar as Jimmy Olsen was like.
I love
everyone was. I feel like everyone was perfectly cast, and especially Superman. And I like that he does get beat up in this movie, and you learn it's because Lex has been like studying him and learning his moves, and that allows for character growth with Superman because, again, all these people are going to be playing these characters for at least 10 years. As the plan. And so if he just starts out even 3 years in, which is not that long, You know, you think about the Batman, Robert Pattinson, he's in year 2, still figuring everything out. We don't know how much he's fought aliens or multiple people at once. And so he's still figuring it out. And I like that. I like that. That's a good place, I think, to start. And yeah, I just thought he was great.
Okay. Debbie?
I agree with everything Andrew said, but I'm going to add that he's, like you said, year 3. Okay. He's in that mindset of saving everything and everyone.
Like a squirrel.
Well, with the armored dude, you know, or the Kaju or Kaju.
Kaiju or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't pronounce things, people. I'm doing good to function during the
Say
day.
big monster. We'll get it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you know, he was basically pulling his punches. He wanted to save it and take it to some, I don't know, galactic zoo, if that even exists or whatever.
Yeah.
That's his mindset right now, to save everything, not to hurt anything. So, and I think, you know, some people got upset because, you know, he got his ass beat. But like you said, Andrew, Lex has been studying him for 3 years. So, you know,
A1. B3, C5.
But, you know, it does. It gives him plenty of room to grow in however many movies they plan on doing. So, you know, I don't know what their problem is.
People are going to complain just to complain.
I know.
You know?
Well,
like,
you know,
this isn't Zack Snyder. It's like, I like Man of Steel. This is completely different. Okay.
I love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah,
you know, I like the darker, broody Superman, but I love the Christopher Reeves one too. So I had no problem with it. This is just different. He's younger. You know, there's room to grow. He's not godlike. I mean, well, he is godlike, but he's not
unlocked this. Yeah.
He's not there like Henry Cavill was for Man of Steel.
And I like that.
All right. Here comes my 2 cents. And Debbie, I'm glad you brought it up because my brother is mega Superman fan. He refuses to accept that the MCU is good. The only MCU movies that he likes are the Guardians movies and Ragnarok. Those were the only good ones, in his opinion. They're the only good ones. That's his opinion. But and it's not because he doesn't like them. It's because he is hardcore DC fan. He has been collecting Superman comic books since the death of Superman. When they killed Superman back in 1992, 3, somewhere in that time frame, he started collecting, and he's been collecting since then, Superman comic books. So he has followed Superman through many iterations. He loves Superman. That's like his thing. With him with Superman is like me with Star Wars. Okay, that's where it goes. Now he's not quite into the Lego thing, but you know, whatever. We can't all be perfect. But anyway, so I went to see it with him, and you mentioned the scene where he's saving the squirrels and we got to save everything. And I told my brother this and he laughed and he's like, I thought the same thing. The only thing I could think of was Adam West running around with a bomb over his head saying, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. From the old Batman movie where he's trying to throw the bomb away, but every time he turns around to throw it somewhere, there's somebody standing there. There's little ducks there. And I'm looking at it going, and this was my brother's words, not mine, but I completely agree with it. There was never really a test of Superman's strength. There was never really something there to test his power. You have a superpowered being. You had something that was in the first 5 minutes of the movie that said Superman has come out as the strongest metahuman known to man. And here we are, and there's all these different fights and things going on, and there's nothing there to test and to show you how powerful he is. In fact, the only thing you do see is him getting his butt kicked constantly and having to recharge with the sun. So that was an issue that I had with this movie. Now, will they expand on that and give him the growth in future movies? I hope so. I can hope so. That is why I walked out of this movie and I was like, meh. I mean, it was a movie. I look at it like I look at the Batman, and I'm gonna get flack from you, Debbie, and Andrew. You can make all the ugly faces. You can disappear yourself all you want to. I look at it like the Batman, where I'm looking at it like it was a movie. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It was like, okay, it's there.
I never said it was the best thing. I just thought it was super good. It was really good.
I just thought it's good. It's there.
I'm gonna lose y'all here with this analogy, but it's just only an analogy.
I'm gonna kick you off. I swear to God, you test me. You try.
So the way I equate it, whether, and I know they're separate, whether it's Pattinson's Batman or now with Corenswet Superman, I equate it as a athlete early on in their professional career. You see this a lot with, you see this a lot with rookies that come into the pros, a lot of hype, and they're like, oh, they're the top of the draft or whatever. And they play a lot of easy teams. They're not really tested, but their stats look good. So then it's like, oh, they're this great player. And then they play a really good team. You know, they've been analyzing and know everything about this player. And then they stink in the game. And it's like, it's their first time doing it. It's like, oh, well, okay, but you played so well in these other games. Why did you fail? But then the next year they develop and they get better. And then they play that team again and they win. So I think if this Superman was just full power, full potential, punched all the time, was aggressive, he still kind of errs on the side of caution of that because he's still so new to it. He's still only 3 years into his long thing. And it, like we all said, it allows for that arc and that character growth. And you get to grow alongside with this Superman now versus if it was like I said, then I don't know. That's just my thought.
I really hope so. I really wanted though something. I mean, okay, you can sit there and say yes, Pattinson was rookie Batman, and now we've got rookie Superman. But you also said 3 years ago, Superman came out and proved he was like the strongest metahuman or whatever.
And he might have been because Luthor didn't have his stuff.
You've got to think at this point in his career, he's already been doing this for 3 years. Yeah. So I want to see something that says, yes, he's got room to grow, but at the same time, he has grown a little bit. True. He is not the perfect. See,
and I think his underpowerness also maybe came from, the more I think about it, I think hesitation. You know, because,
and exactly, and that's what he did not need. The whole thing with the kaiju and him saving everything. And then, and this bothered me a little bit too. You had the one scene where Lois and him were chatting and they had the fight going on in the background, which was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Because that's it. James Gunn did the exact same thing in Guardians 2, where you've got something happening that you're focused on. And in the meantime, in the back here, there's
you got Groot dancing, you know.
You got Groot dancing, and they're fighting an intergalactic being back here, right?
Yeah.
And then this one, you've got, and she's like, "Can you be out there?" And they got it. They're good. They're good. Now I'm looking at this, going, okay, for a man that wants to save everybody, he's letting them fight back there and fight over the city and fight this other intergalactic being. I'm like, wouldn't you be out there trying to save things?
I
And
think
they
that's
can
part of
handle,
the.
they can
That's,
They
handle
can
it.
handle it. They're
I
fine.
think that's another. I don't want to call it flaw, but like his underdevelopment at this point in his, because even like he's in, I think he's also in a, I don't want to say I know it all stage, but like with the one country where he stopped the war, and Lois was like, "Did you talk with the president? Did you talk with the Secretary of Defense?" And he's like, "People were gonna die. If I went through all that, they were gonna die. I went and I stopped it, and yeah, I may not have done the ethical thing to do, but I stopped a war." You know,
Yeah, at this point, he's
so
still a little naive, I think.
yeah, Lois even says it. She's like, "You trust everyone and think everyone is all good or all that." You know, he's and versus she's like, "Well, no, there's that, you know, XYZ." But yeah, he's like I said, Debbie naive. He's very much like, no, it's like whatever.
And like,
Yeah.
you know, the armored dude,
Well, it was
I mean, it was
I forgot what
Ultraman,
Oh, it was
but,
Ultraman. Yeah,
but it
Yeah.
was I forgot what they called him, but
but he
Yeah.
didn't know that. And
Yeah.
this guy's matching him, you know, hit for hit, and he's trying to, again, still holding his punches because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't understand what it is. You know, he doesn't want to hurt that person. Yes, exactly. Hammer of Barovia.
Yeah. I love how Lois was like, I doubt his parents named him that, you know, Clark or Superman in the interview, and he's like, or she was talking to someone. I think it was Jimmy. I don't remember, but also, all right, Jimmy. I gotta say something about Jimmy Olsen here, sir. If you've got a girl obsessive over you, don't complain.
Jimmy's a
Don't
fool.
complain. Yeah,
Jimmy's
come
a
on.
fool. He's an idiot.
Like, you know, like I love the hesitation when she's in the closet and she's like, you know, the whole weekend, and he's like, okay.
I will say this for someone who, if I had a girl like that, that was just, I
Sure.
mean, she was all about the gram, I'd be like,
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, or talking all the time.
Now, as it turns
That
out,
was her insurance.
that was her insurance, and
True.
so she's actually a lot smarter
You muted toes. Yeah,
than
I
what
thought that
you
was funny.
think she is.
Exactly.
So I just,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you caught this. That was her name was Tessmacher.
Mhm.
Did you catch the thing? Now,
Mhm.
did you catch Otis?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The big
Safety
guy?
first, people. Come on.
Now, did you stay through the credits and look at
I watched
Otis's
both
name?
scenes.
No, I'm not talking about the scene. Did you read the credits? Did you catch what
No.
Otis's last name was? And
Burger
Debbie,
from Superman.
it was Otis Berg. Otis Berg. Otis Berg. Otis Berg. Miss Tessmacher has a role place. Otis Berg. It's just a little bitty. Otis Berg.
I should have caught that because I just rewatched that.
I'll wipe it off. That was from the Superman. That was from the Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Oh, I love
Otis
that.
Berg.
I was
lovely little nod.
when I was watching that. I was rewatching that the other day, and I realized how many people from that movie have passed away since then.
Yeah,
you know, Christopher Reeves, the Lois, Otis,
Gene
Hackman recently.
Yeah.
The lady, his lady assistant, I think she passed away.
Miss Tessmacher.
Tessmacher, yeah.
Which that again, that was the Instagram model's name. So
yeah,
I always found, even in the Christopher Reeves movies, very annoying person.
But, what? Yeah, why'd you kiss me? Because I didn't think you'd let me if I asked.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I wish I could say I know that, but Spencer told me that like 30 minutes ago, so I can't act like I've known that. So, yeah.
So Luther. What did we think of Luther?
He was great. He was freaky.
Not Michael Rosenbaum good.
No, but
10 times better than Eisenberg. So plus on you, sir. Good. Loved Luther.
I love
the fact that there was the twist at the end with you had Luther, and it was basically Luther's doing another land grab. This is another land grab movie like the first one. And then it was like, no, it's never been about land. It's all about beating you. That's all he was focused on. That's all he wanted, was to kill Superman, to destroy Superman. But
Dingus, you need to watch Smallville.
You need to watch Smallville, because
that is the best.
Michael
Luther.
Rosenbaum rules.
Yeah, I need to watch it too. I haven't gotten around to it, but I have been this close to Michael Rosenbaum. Not to brag,
Now I will say this too, because
he was at Fan Expo, Debbie. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's it called?
Well, and he was actually in this movie.
Yeah, I remember.
He was a voice.
Oh, was he one of the robots?
No,
I don't remember, but I remember seeing he was in.
One of the Luther's guys, part of the army.
The that fought with Ultraman, one of the police force or whatever. He was one of them. I forgot what it was, but well, that's cool. All right. But yes. Clancy Brown also did a very good Luther. Clancy Brown, of course. I think he was Luther in the animated series, and also he did a lot of the DC movies as Luther. So if you get a chance, watch that. Anyway,
David, did you see my message? Check the private chat.
I haven't looked that far yet.
Not to go off topic, I just wanted to let you know.
But then let's see. So we've got Luther, and then
the portals. That was pretty cool.
The pocket dimension. It was Mr. What's the guy's name?
Terrific, Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. God, I love him.
He was great. Too. He was great. He stole.
I never even heard of him.
No, I hadn't either.
I have to say, in the Arrowverse on Green Arrow, he was in that show. Later seasons.
Oh, he was. Okay.
I really disliked that character. I didn't like him. So when I found out he was in this movie, I was like, why? But then I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. And he stole so many scenes.
I loved the scene where they're on like that beach or whatever, and he puts Lois in the like force field, and he's just taking out all the guys, and Lois's reaction is like, what the heck is going on? And the song too, he's just like, it made me think of like Guardians. I was like, this seems like something in Guardians, and that's one thing James does well. He knows the right songs to include in a movie that doesn't take you out of the movie.
That was the only thing. And probably because I'm so used to Guardians, because I knew the majority of those songs. I'm a boomer. I apologize, but I didn't know. I don't think I knew hardly any of these songs.
No, I just thought they were good, but I didn't know.
I was lost.
The soundtrack threw me. Other than the visible nod to the John Williams score, yes.
Oh, I loved that. That's Superman. Yeah. Debbie shared with me recently.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, Dingus, some of the shows on the CW were really good.
I really
Green Arrow was good. Some say only 3 or 4 seasons it was good, and then it just kind of went off the rail.
I mean, that lasted 9 seasons.
Flash lasted 9 seasons. I stopped watching after 7 because
when they started adding all these other people, I was like, no.
Yeah, I want to see a show. When I want to see a show about the Flash, I want to see a show about the Flash. I don't care about Team Flash. No, I don't want Team Flash. I want the Flash.
I just wanted it to stay the small group that it started off with.
Yeah, but you started adding
the one that I've
Plastic Man I guess Elongated Man you had tons of them.
I haven't seen any of the CW shows, but the one that I've heard, and I know it lasted only 4 seasons, I've heard Superman and Lois is like great all the way through, and I do want to watch. I think it's all on Max now, so I definitely want to. Now that I'm on a Superman kick, I want to check it out because.
It was good. The kids annoyed me for a while, but eventually,
yeah. I assume it's mostly standalone. Like I don't have to watch everything else to.
You probably. Oh, you don't?
Not for Superman and Lois, no.
Okay. I was gonna say because I know with
then
Flash,
I was gonna say I don't have time for 20 plus seasons.
He appears in Supergirl, maybe one of the Crisis events or crossovers, but
he was in the Crisis, yeah.
But
he was just introduced as her cousin, so.
Oh, okay.
And I think he might have fought alongside them, but I really don't think you need to.
The thing with
go watch some YouTube videos if you want to catch up.
Yeah, right. Just watch like a 2-hour video essay.
When you get to episodes that deal with things like when you got the crossover events like we're having right here on MCU Mondays, where we're talking about a DC show on an MCU show. But anyway, when you have crossover events like that, it's real easy. Like what we would do, like Luke and I were watching The Flash. That was the only one we ever watched, was The Flash. Now, when they had the big crossover events, we would watch the one episode from the other shows that either led up to or built on that Crisis event. So we would watch that week. We would watch Arrow. We would watch Black Lightning. We would watch Supergirl. We would watch The Flash. We would watch what was the other one? What was the time travel one?
Legends
of Tomorrow. Yeah. So we would watch all of those just so we could get the whole crossover event story. You didn't have to watch, all 20 seasons of Arrow to get to that one crossover. That was always a special event, and that happened within the confines of all of the shows. So you didn't have to watch.
And some of those, personally, some of those were I think maybe the later ones were kind of wonky. I don't know.
Well, and like the one I remember most that I really didn't care for was the Crisis on Infinite Earth one. I think it was the Crisis on Infinite Earths, but Supergirl kicked that one off. So it was like, okay, Monday night you've got to watch this episode of Supergirl, and then Tuesday night you got to watch this, and Wednesday blah blah blah, so on, so on, so on. But the one episode of Supergirl that kicked it off, that whole episode had absolutely nothing to do with it. That was their regular episode. It was like the last 5 minutes of the episode that said, okay, now we're going to jump into this. And then now we've got Legends of Tomorrow the next day. We've got The Flash the day after that. And then we've got Green Arrow after that. And it basically that was the feeder episode. And it was like, I got to sit through this entire episode. Don't know what's going on. I don't know who's who. Blech. But then we get to the end. I'm like, okay, cool. Now we got everybody. We're good. It's good.
So I did want to ask you all this. Obviously, we get Supergirl at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, and which I thought was really cool. You have to party. You can't party on a yellow sun planet. Got to go to a red planet sun, red sun planet, whatever. But I've heard that the movie is going to be based on the comic Woman of Tomorrow, I believe is the name, which I haven't read, but I'm going to read, and I've heard it's really good. I know. I guess my question is, even though it was like 2 seconds, did y'all like her look at Supergirl?
I liked her look. Yes. Did I like the character? No, not at all. I'm not a big fan of the party college girl. I haven't read the comics.
Like that though in the comics.
I was gonna say I have not read The Woman of Tomorrow either, so I can't say I
That's
didn't.
the way she is in that comic.
See, if
I
that's
was
the way
gonna-
she is,
yeah.
then I probably won't ever read it.
'Cause I
And I
was
probably
reading-
won't like it, just because that
Oh.
construct of a character I don't
Yeah.
like. I think it's
Yeah,
worthless.
'cause
and
I saw-
it's there to appeal to the frat boys and the college girls. So I'm. Just
I
like,
was either watching one of the animated movies or reading one of the Superman comics, but yeah, she's like that, like the partying style. But it could be one of those things where, again, as she evolves throughout the character, she gets maybe less and less party.
Well,
polished
she's
kid,
she's
you know?
that way because she's depressed.
Mhm.
She's lost her family. She's lost everything because
Mhm.
she was, if I remember correctly, from the Supergirl movies, and it's been a while since I've seen them, but she was sent off before Clark,
Ah,
but something happened with her ship or pod, whatever, and she didn't arrive until many, many, many years later.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But she's
Mhm.
older, than,
Yeah.
or supposed to be older. But I think in here she's like 21 or something like that. And
Helen Slater. I was trying to remember who played Supergirl initially.
yeah,
But now something else too and my brother brought this up is I'm like I don't like the drunk college girl, blah 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 blah. It sickens me, yada yada yada. And then he says, but she has to be like that.
Mhm.
And I was like, why? Well, apparently in the Supergirl movie, the main villain is going to be Lobo, and
Jason Momoa.
Lobo's like that. So
hello, Jason.
I'm still not caring for the character, but whatever.
We don't want to miss this cameo. There was a certain DC character that was a DC EU character that was under James Gunn that was brought into this movie very briefly on the TV. Peacemaker.
Oh yeah,
That was great.
Yeah, I was like that. That's
That
the way
was
to
a
do it there.
surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, the hell's John Cena doing here?
I was like, is he going to start rambling off celebrity names again? And of course, I love seeing. I liked that Will Reeves was not just on the one. It wasn't just a one and done cameo. He was seen a couple times. I thought that was cool.
Man, he looks like his dad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
but
I will say my one, even though I was very excited for this movie, I was curious how the Justice Gang being in it. I was like, oh, are they gonna take over? Whatever.
The Justice Gang, I like that.
I was gonna
you
say
can stay.
that's how you get in. You have to like the name, but that, and I loved how they said Hawk Girl said that anytime a guy doesn't agree with something or is wrong or something, he just says he took a vow to not do that. And then Lois says that haircut should be against your vows. But I thought they were in it for the right amount. Like they didn't steal the show from Superman, but it didn't feel like too much. It was like they're good side characters. It doesn't feel like a Justice League movie where it's like, oh, do. I thought it was.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
It was a Justice Gang movie.
Right. Sorry, Justice
Gang.
Gang. Yeah, maybe I don't want to be in the group, so that's why I'm messing up the name. But yeah,
Get it right or don't get it at all.
Exactly. Well, it can't be any worse than Darepool. So.
Or Dead Devil.
Yeah, Dead Devil. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Well, and I think the reason that really stuck out to me was because that was kind of like the running gag of thinking, "Oh, we're the Justice Gang." That's not what we're called. And then
he says, "I'm the leader," and he's like, "I get tiebreaker."
And then then you got the one guy at the end. Oh, Justice Gang. I like that. All right, he can be in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and again, the Guy Gardner haircut. They made fun of that, but you know what? If you go back to the early '90s, and look at Guy Gardner, that's what he looked like in the comic books. All right, that was comic accurate. So,
and this is not a good Green Lantern.
No,
he's not.
Nathan Fillion said in an interview, he was like, "This is the one Green Lantern you don't want to come to help."
Yeah,
he's like the last on the list.
Yeah, he's very much the anti-hero Green Lantern of sorts.
And I'm excited for the Green Lantern.
Oh,
It's a show, right?
Yes, yeah,
lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because I adore Kyle Chandler. I think he's
Oh
adorable.
yeah, he's great.
So
I've got to say too, something I enjoyed about this was the casting. That there was nobody
Casting was
of
great.
name. I'm Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
That was about it, but nobody
And
that was
you could argue Nicholas Hoult, sort of.
But there wasn't you
But-
didn't need that. That's what I liked about it was you didn't need. Oh well, look at this. We've got John Cena coming in, and he's the big star power. And it's gonna
I
bring
like that
people
they
to
didn't
put
include
butts
him in the
seats.
marketing. You know,
And I'm like, no, you need a good story to put butts in the seats. You don't need a big name. Now, does that help? Yes. Does it help you?
But sometimes it's good to have unknowns.
No, it's great to have unknowns.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it was like there was like a space fantasy movie that came out almost 50
with a bunch
years
of
ago.
unknowns. Yeah, that makes some money.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that the Ben guy was known, but outside of him, really.
Well, and really, okay, I take that back. This movie had one big name that was a selling point. It had a huge name in it, and he was in it throughout the entire movie. In fact, the movie was named after him because Superman was your big name. That's your selling point right there. You don't need big name actors to sell Superman. Superman sells himself. So long as you've got a decent story behind you, it's gonna make money, and it did decent at the box office this weekend. I don't know what your movie going. We went Friday night. Our theater was not full. Our theater was not full at all. No, it was rather empty actually, and we were in a hot spot. In fact, we bought tickets. I bought tickets Tuesday, and I called my brother. I'm like, okay, where are you sitting? You know, okay, we're going to go to this movie. We're going to go to the 9:15. It's a 3D on Friday night, 9:15, 3D. And he said, okay, I've bought my seat. It's F9. All right, fine. I didn't buy my seat till I got home from work that evening, and I bought F10. Oh. The only other seat that had been sold was F9 in that theater. Like less than a week out, like 3 days out, 4 days out.
So for me,
for some reason, there's not a whole lot of people going to see this, and I can't figure out.
Which is weird because it's made over $200 million.
Yeah,
worldwide.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's people on TikTok and Facebook who have seen it 4 or 5 times already. I can't afford that.
I was gonna say I'm in a smaller populated town, but due to weather this past weekend, I couldn't get to it this weekend, so I didn't get to see it till today. But I mean, actually, for an 11 o'clock showing, there was probably, including me, about 7 or 8 people, which that's nothing in a whole theater. But for me, that's like, whoa.
That's 11 o'clock on a Monday morning too.
Right, but I was shocked at how many people were there from my theater standards.
I went at 10 on Saturday for showing. That's the one I usually go to because it's usually very few people because I live in a and I live in a very small town, so usually there's not very many people in there. But I will say, I think there might have been 8 or 9 other people in the theater with me, and I think they all had kids with them. They absolutely went bonkers for this movie.
Oh,
they
really?
Loved it. This is going to be their Superman.
Yeah.
So, and that's fine. I have no problem with David Corenswet. I think he'll be a very good Superman. I thought he was very good in this. I thought he fit the part. So, but like I said, there's room for growth. But yeah, this is going to be, they absolutely loved it. They were going, they weren't annoying in the theater, but they were going bonkers over certain scenes and that, and they loved the dog, and they loved it. And, because I kind of waited until they kind of went out before me because I wanted to hear what they were saying. But walking out of the theater into the parking lot, they were super excited. They loved it. So this will be their Superman
Are
growing
they going to
up.
be running around in
Yeah.
their pajamas
And-
with their underwear on the outside now?
Yeah.
And a
Well, hey,
towel
even
wrapped around their neck?
even I watched.
Because some of us did that for 1978's
I had
Superman.
I had a big smile on my face when the movie ended, and I did want to ask you guys what you guys thought of Ma and Pa Kent.
Did not
'cause
like it.
Too comical.
Did not like it.
No. Nope. Too comical.
Okay,
It
then.
was- that was one of the things I was like, okay, you've touched silly at this point. So
Well, I feel like that. I was gonna say I enjoyed him. That scene with Pa Kent and Clark, I thought was really well done. I liked that like when Ma Kent says you got to see what's on the box, and it's a flat screen TV. Like like
see,
Pa's there to like
that's
keep
why
it.
you got her leaning over the phone talking to it. And
But I feel like
no.
okay. I know old
Not
people
in
that
today's
do that.
society. Even an older generation like that is still tech savvy, and they will understand. They're not
Some
going
of
to
them are, but I
call.
have seen
They're not
some
going to
like
call
that.
the TV a box.
I mean, I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but I mean, my kids are in my 30s, or my kids are in their 30s.
We're in their 30s.
I wish I was in my 30s, but I'm like, I don't know anyone, even the old folks who come in to my clinic. They're doing things on their smartphones that I'm like,
Yeah,
well, I can't do that.
My mom and dad are very tech savvy.
Because I guess it's just I know. I guess it's just because I know older people in my life that are not tech savvy. So I was like, oh, that.
No.
Well, I mean, there's some that I don't know. They just felt very dumbed down.
Ridiculously dumbed down.
I
to the point of, like I
did
said,
not
to the point
like
of
that.
silly. So
I didn't like it at all.
I liked the part at the end where the memories play, and you see. I liked that.
Now that was fine. I was good with that. And something else I'm going to tell you, since we're on the subject of Ma and Pa here, the fact that they made Jarrell and
oh yeah,
Laura.
that they turned out Kara L to be bad guys. I mean, to be evil, rule over them, dominate.
Well, I was talking about that with. I was talking about that.
Real.
Well, I was gonna say I was talking about that with Spencer a little while ago, and we were saying that we think about how smart Lex is, and he has all this tech. How many people actually know Kryptonian? It's entirely possible that he altered it to still come across as authentic when the people observed it to make Superman look bad. It potentially, but I also
it could have been another Kryptonian who did it. Who knows?
Right. Oh well, we talked about the engineer lady, because her nanobites in her body can change anything. It's possible she was able to somehow alter it or something.
Now something else too, though, since we're on that, I didn't like the way, and this was a theme throughout the movie, to where there was the one news story that said, "Oh, look, we've got this from Superman," and then all of a sudden, everybody in the world hates Superman. And then
that's what it's like though on social media.
But that's not what it's like, because I'm talking everybody on the planet hated Superman, just like all of a sudden, just like that, it was a turn. And that's not going to be the way it is, because you're always going to have, when something like that happens, you're always going to have two factions, one that splits and says, "Oh my God, he's the devil incarnate," and then you're going to have the other one saying, "Hey, stop, let's figure this out. He's still good. Yeah, he may be bad, but look at all the good stuff he has done."
Well, what I meant was there's definitely still people, but
when you watch news stations, depending on which news station you're watching, it'll show just the one side.
Right. That's what I meant.
And that's and again, yes, you're right, but that one side is not going to sway the entire planet.
Because it's just like,
and the same thing happened with Luthor too.
Right.
When at the end, when it was like, "Oh, Luthor did this," and then all of a sudden, everybody just in an instant hates Luthor, and it's like, "Oh, well, it's on TV, it must be real." And I'm like,
because
people are not that dumb. Come on.
There's
I
beg to differ.
I was going to say
come on now.
At least because if you think about it in that scenario, you have this, as far as people know, this alien, overpowered alien for some people. At the moment there's any reason to dislike them, they're gonna run with it, and they're gonna, and not that we have aliens on Earth, whatever, but I mean, you see that on social media a ton, where a story leaks or something, and whoosh, a whole rush of people, and there's still people that defend.
Look what happened to Johnny Depp.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then
People
exactly.
turned quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't care.
I didn't, because I was just like,
See, again, you sat there. You're part of the issue.
Right.
That
No,
says,
that definitely.
hold on, let's stop and see
Yeah.
what's happening here.
But the majority of people didn't. They all joined the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's awful and blah 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 blah. Was he perfect?
Well, hey,
No,
you
I don't
see that
think so. But I don't think he did any of the stuff that she was saying. So
the same thing happened in the Dark Knight trilogy, when there would be like news promos of any time that the Batman was meant to look bad, then people would run with it and be like, "Oh, he needs to be stopped," And so it's just one of those
Spider-Man.
things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Look how fast people turn against Spider-Man.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
It happens.
yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Didn't care for it. It was like, I mean, seriously, it was like, and two, how fast the news put it up without fact checking anything. They just said, "Oh, well,
that
Luther
happens.
says it's got to be right."
That's most of the
happens.
news. That is most of the news nowadays. Is
Mhm.
they have
I
a
have seen stuff
source.
posted on TikTok by national news stations, and they're proven wrong either within hours or the next day. And I'm like,
Oh yeah,
where's the integrity of journalism? They don't check anything.
and in the national sense, it's gone. It's all about clicks, who can get the most attention.
We gotta get it up first. We gotta get it up first.
Exactly.
Who was the main newscaster in that? He was familiar looking.
Are you talking about Perry?
No. The guy who was on the news. He was like the
yeah,
anchor.
who he was like, we had Luther on this show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't remember his name, but I've seen him
I've
in
seen
other
him before.
things.
I'm checking.
Debbie,
IMDb
you got a
real quick.
ghost. I keep seeing your curtains back there flipping around. So either your window's open or you have a ghost.
Blink twice if you're in danger.
Chili likes to sit in the window.
Let's see.
Blink twice if you need me to call somebody. And you can say who you gonna call. Look at that. We got another crossover. How do you like that? Right here on MCU Mondays, we had a Ghostbusters crossover with the Superman on the DC.
Do you remember what the newscasters? I don't think they said what his
I don't
name
remember.
was. So
I'm sure if I put this picture, I could.
Oh, wait,
say,
I didn't take notes during the movie, so I don't know. But he was familiar looking.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think part of this, in some of the areas, you could argue that the movie was safe, but it's like I've said before, there's a lot of pressure on this movie because, yes, technically Creature Commandos is the first project, but how many people actually watched that other than me, Debbie, and a couple of our other friends? Oh, wait, do you not watch it, Debbie?
Creature Commando?
Yeah.
No. I've heard
Okay,
of it, but no.
Never mind then. So just me, whatever. Anyway, so this was
there's a lot of other shows
know,
I've watched.
There you go. I'd rather you watch The Penguin, so we'll go. But yeah,
Okay.
so I just
Still haven't
think
seen it.
that it. Anyway, there was you had to be safe in some instances. I mean, but like think about how far they went with Luther, where like he has this whole prison that he keeps like different governments, and you find out exactly
Ex-girlfriend.
right, and how he sells the weapons for cheap for land, so he can have land to take over the. I mean, I thought they
He
did a good
wants to
job
be
of like
king.
exactly.
No, see, again, that's why I thought this Luther was better because it wasn't just about land.
Yeah.
Luthor at this point is rich. He's got money coming out his way.
His building can just fly away. His office can just fly away.
Now, I will say this. This was another thing that bothered me because it was Luthor core.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else, comic books, cartoons, other movies, other media, it's always Lex core.
There's been Luthor core too.
It's not as prominent as Lex core. Lex core sounds better anyways.
Yeah, it's different. Again, there's going to be some... if this was exactly like every other iteration to like one-on-one, then it'd be like, what's the point of the movie? Why watch it if it's the exact same?
Yeah, I think I think Gunn pulled from a lot of different comics. I don't read comics, but I do watch people who explain comics.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And from what I gathered, he's pulled so much from...
Oh, yeah.
He had stuff from Smallville in there. Gotham was in there.
Yeah.
This was something that I was interested about because the guy playing Superman, in the costume, he doesn't look like anything. But when he's in his civilian clothes, I'll use that. I mean, he looks big and beefy. I mean, he looks like he's. I mean, when he's sitting next to Pa, that was one of the big ones that I noticed. When he's sitting talking to Pa, and I'm looking at him like, well, shoot, he does look like he's pretty big. I mean, he looks like a big guy, like built.
I think he's like 6'4" or something.
But I mean, just like built, like he's got broad shoulders and big muscles and everything. But you put him in that Superman costume, and it takes away from him. I'm like,
really?
Well, from what I gathered, the suit was made by Martha. So it's not perfect. It's not a perfect
Why did you say that name? Why did you say Martha?
I watched that last night.
Why did you say that name?
I watched Man of Steel, and I watched Batman versus Superman, and I watched Justice League. I watched all three.
Yeah, I rewatched the original Superman movie and Man of Steel before watching this. And I will say this, because it had been a couple years since I rewatched the original Superman. Man, it holds up really well. I know there's a couple times you're like, okay, yeah, you can see green screen or whatever, but even then, it doesn't take you out of the movie. Like I was watching, I was like the whole time, it's still such a good movie.
The first two Christopher Reeves movies were good, and then
you don't talk about the fourth
you know
one.
What I was thinking,
and even Superman Returns is very underrated, because I actually like that movie quite a bit.
Brandon should have gotten more than just the one movie.
Brandon should have got more than one, but Kevin Spacey as Luthor, I did not care for.
I didn't care for either one of the Luthors, but Gene Hackman or Spacey.
I will say this, and a lot of people miss this, and I was thinking about this the other day because I was watching Superman 3. And which is one of my, I like Superman 3. I don't care if you hate me, but I enjoyed it.
I thought it was fine when I watched it.
It's fine, but
it's been a while.
After watching it and thinking about it and looking at some of the visuals in it, when he goes to fight that computer and the things close in, if you look, the symbol that it makes looks an awful lot like Brainiac. So with the circle and the two lines and then the circle at the bottom, it's like a big triangle kind of thing. But it looks an awful lot like Brainiac. And I was thinking, okay, Brainiac's a supercomputer. This is a supercomputer. Hey, look at that. It's Brainiac. But then I also got to thinking too, they made that fake kryptonite, which made a mean, evil Superman, which was very, very bizarre of Superman. It was almost Bizarro of Superman, and then he ended up fighting himself and destroying. So you basically had Superman 3, which was Bizarro and Brainiac, which was great. I was like, oh, this is just amazing, great. And then you had Superman 4, which was just silly
crap. That was
and the way Ultraman went out. People were saying, "Oh, he killed him." No, he went through a black hole. People, he didn't get killed.
You don't know that. You don't know what happens at the bottom of a black hole.
You know
could very easily come back as Bizarro because he was kind of Bizarro, anyways. But
well, see, and that's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, "Oh, did they just set up Bizarro right there?" Because
here's the thing. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
In comic history, whether it's comics or the movies, shows, only one character that dies actually stays dead. Ben Parker.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just a joke. But no, yeah, he's not dead.
I got you.
No. Yeah.
Went over my head.
Ben Parker.
But my bladder is
Spider-Man's always got to lose Ben Parker. Peter Parker always has to lose Uncle Ben. Otherwise, he never becomes Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
No, with great ability comes great accountability.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm excited for the future of the DCU. I know James Gunn said in an interview that he was asked how soon we'll see Superman again, and he said on screen less than 2 years. So he may show up in Supergirl. I was gonna say he probably is in Supergirl.
Well, I'll say this. I give this movie out of 10 probably a 6.9, only because of some of the stuff I didn't like. I don't hate it. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was. Some people, in my opinion, are really overhyping it. I don't know, but
there's a lot of people over hating it too, which
true.
You know what's funny about all that too is online, the people that are really liking it, people are saying, "Oh, you were paid to like it," and then the people that didn't like it people are saying, "Oh, well, you went into it not liking it." It's like,
you were gonna not like it anyway. Yeah. So
it's like, yeah, I thought it was good. I give it a 6.9. Like I said, and I think I pretty much said the things I didn't like. Room for growth, and I could, that score could change with
I've heard a lot of people
after I've seen it, once it comes to digital, because I will watch it again. So, the score could go up, but
everyone that I've talked to that's seen it several times have said it gets better with each rewatch. So,
well, I can't afford that. Obviously, I am not getting paid. Only through my 9-to-5 job.
I will. The next time I see this, will probably. Well, I kind of told Luke I'd take him because he was mad because I didn't take him. So I might have to go see it one more time on the theater. Maybe he can go see it with his friends. I don't know, but the next time I plan to see this movie is going to be when it hits Max, and even then it'll be like maybe once. Because my overall, Andrew, what was your overall? And I'll give you my overall. Go. What was yours? And you're going to be a little biased because of your shirt, I'm sure. But
actually, So, do I think it's a perfect movie by any means? No. Do I think
there's
it's
no
the best
such
Superman?
thing? Okay,
right. But I mean, in the human perfect sense. Is it better than the original Superman? No. I have it tied with Man of Steel for my second favorite Superman movie. Personally, I'd probably give it between a 7.5 and an 8. I do plan to rewatch it again. I'm usually hesitant with the first viewing score because, like I said, I was so excited going into this movie, and I really enjoyed it. I want to rewatch it, but I'd say low end 7.5, high end 8, somewhere in there. So, personally,
I give it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I give it a 6. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst thing. The only reason that I get it higher than a 5 is because it's, there were some things that were funny, that were amusing to me, that made me laugh. But 6. It's there.
Did y'all see Spooky's comment? He said that his family is family friends with Dean Cain.
Wow. Well, Spooky, I tell you what, if you can get Dean Cain on the show with us.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that may be not too popular right now, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
May not be a good idea.
I'm not saying that it. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like.
I'm assuming he's in some kind of legal trouble, and we're.
No, not that.
Backlash
for what he said.
Which is so he he said that it was bad of James Gunn to call Superman an immigrant, which Superman is, and there's even a scene in his show where a lady's like,
Superman is
is your green
literally,
card? She's like,
an illegal alien.
yeah.
So
And because there's a scene in his Superman show where a lady's like, well, is your green card valid or something? And he's like, I don't know. And then this other guy's like, well, we can't do much until you have a visa or a green card. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
it was like, your Superman literally, I don't know, whatever.
I'm like, how could you forget? Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say too, whenever there's multiple people that play a certain character, especially if it's been a long time and there's a new iteration, most of them will have some kind of issue with the new. It's pretty common to see someone say that. So whether you agree with them or not.
And granted, they don't always remember. I mean, look at Harrison Ford. People ask him shit about Star Wars. He goes, I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
And I saw there was somebody interviewing the people at the red carpet for this movie, and God, I've got to respect this about the movie, about the makers of the movie, and everything else, just because. And the guy that did the TikTok putting all of this together too was that he was going up to him and saying, "Are you happy that your movie has pissed all the MAGA people off because it deals with illegal immigration and blah 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 blah?" And every one of them that he's asking, they all just kind of looked at him and go, and they walked away from him. And then the guy doing the TikTok said, "This is because they made a movie. They are telling them they're not putting a political story out there. They just made a story that you can have fun with. Screw you. This is not political. This has nothing to do with politics. This is just a movie. It's fiction."
Well, one of the comic book guys I watch, he pointed out that storyline is from one of the comics back in the 40s or 60s or something like that. The exact same country names. So it's like, and plus the movie was made even before the conflict that's going on right now.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know.
Oh, I know. It's like, guys,
they try to make people try to involve politics and everything. You know what? Just let us have our freaking movie. All right. Let us enjoy our story.
Well, I'm sorry. I go to a movie to escape the crap that goes on.
Yeah.
So I don't, if there is any implications, either it goes over my head, which is quite possible, or I ignore it because that's not why I'm there. I'm there to escapism. That's what movies are for, escapism.
Yeah.
Unless I'm watching a historical movie. So.
Right.
And even then, you better get my history right, dadgummit.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. We have gone well over an hour. Great movie. Great. A lot of fun had this weekend watching Superman, and we're glad you joined us on our special MCU Monday crossover event. Debbie, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight?
Tomorrow night on the Sith Dominion podcast.
Yes, it is Monday. Yes.
The Sith and I,
or whatever. One of those podcasts, Anyways, our good friends, Dr. Dana Martin and the gang, they're going to be talking about favorite Star Wars memes.
Yes.
Okay. I thought I seen that in the chat. I wasn't quite sure, but Wednesday we will have an episode of War of the Stars. Thursday, we will be back on Cantina Happy Hour talking about the episode that we didn't talk about last week because somebody got sick. Was not me.
Leave me alone.
Or me.
I'm allowed to be sick.
Oh, wait, what?
I know.
Who's got two thumbs and can still get sick? This guy right here.
Yeah. Wait, you're telling me you're not powerful enough to not get sick? Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't watch anymore.
We'll be talking about Clone Wars, Cloak of Darkness. Saturday, Geek Gauntlet.
Rewatch that episode now.
I didn't watch it because I normally watch it right before, right after I get off work on Thursday. So it's fresh in my mind because I'm old and I don't remember everything. So
I do the same thing. So
I haven't watched it yet. I remember the episode from when I watched it eons ago, but so we're watching that and we're discussing that.
Okay. Saturday.
And then Monday,
Friday. Geek Gauntlet.
I don't
Friday?
know. That's Saturday.
No, Geek and I is Friday.
I don't know. We haven't had a show so for 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what's going on. So
maybe Biscardi needs to start blinking twice. Make sure he's not in danger.
Biscardi, are you okay? Shoot me a text message. And
he might be on vacation. Who knows?
Jeez.
But Saturday Geek Gauntlet, and then Monday. Are we back Monday? What are we talking about Monday? Are we talking about Fantastic Four movies? Was that decided or
yes,
not?
We are talking about. Yeah. We're talking about.
Which
we're
ones?
talking about. Mainly, we're talking about the only 2 good ones. There are 4 Fantastic Four movies currently.
1 unreleased.
Yeah. 1 unreleased, 2 that are decent, and 1 that's a piece of crap. So we're going to talk about the 2 decent ones, but I'm sure that the unreleased and the piece of crap are going to come up.
No,
so
please no.
Otherwise, we are discussing the evolution of the Fantastic Four movies and what we can hopefully what we're expecting out of the new Fantastic Four movie, because the Monday after that, we'll be talking about
Fantastic Four.
I got to say something.
The only good superhero movie of the summer. So.
Okay. Anyway,
we'll see.
Okay, so I'm extremely excited for this new Fantastic Four movie, even though I've never really had a connection with the characters. But I gotta say, Marvel, and I told you this, Debbie, they're showing too much. Okay, they're starting to. We're almost to the point.
I've stopped watching.
I have to, because I'm like, I could probably piece together all the videos and have the movie.
I've stopped watching.
Yeah, the one you sent me, I had accidentally watched earlier in the day because it was like, I had I thought it was part of the original one.
Yeah, I was thinking it was kind of like
so I started watching it, and then it was just like they started. I was like, no, why? Why are you doing this? I mean, leave some mystery for people who have not.
Who don't want to know what's going on.
Right. I mean, I've done,
and I
do what I normally do. I watch, the first couple of trailers, and then that's it. I avoid interviews. I avoid spoilers or leaks or whatever. I avoid all of that. And it's just like, oh my God.
That's why when I sent it to you, Debbie, I was like, I probably shouldn't have done that, because I know you like to avoid that stuff. I was like, oops. Because I kind of didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had seen it, but yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm like, this is quit it.
Stop it. Mm-hmm. Stop. But anyway,
this is me.
Andrew, shameless plugs. What do we got?
Now I got quite a few, actually. It's busy week. So last week I had the pleasure of being on Spooky Jawa's podcast. We talked for about 20-ish minutes about live action characters, which ones we'd like to see, live action characters, animated characters that we would like to see in live action. My mistake. So that was a lot of fun over on Spooky Jawa's YouTube channel. Last night on the Came in Focus YouTube channel, we calling this a movie is a compliment. We talked about one of the worst movies I've ever seen, Attack Force, with Steven Seagal, which I don't know if either of y'all saw my post on Facebook about it, but I don't even want to talk anymore about it. Don't watch the movie. You can just go watch the episode and be fine. Save your time and your brain cells, because I lost quite a few after watching this movie. Next week on Came in Focus, we will be discussing one of my favorite movies from last year, Civil War. It was pretty good. It's a kind of like a futuristic, not like too futuristic, but Kirsten Dunst is really good in it. She's like a war photographer, and it was really good.
24 movie.
Yes,
which are generally good.
Oh yeah, this is one I recommend checking out. As of the recording of this, earlier this evening, I was on Dingus Den's YouTube channel discussing Superman. So that was a lot of fun. You can go check that out. And
you're just getting around.
I know, it's like Dana said, I'm the podcast, So
I was called that several
yeah.
times because I was on several shows.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
telling
still
you,
am,
it's-
but
yeah, and of course, guess what? I'll be on the Sith Dominion probably tomorrow night. So, yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us. We are glad that you joined us here on this special crossover event for MCU Mondays, where we were talking
Live
about
long and prosper. Wait, oops.
live long and prosper. May the force be with you. What else do we got? I belong to Hufflepuff.
You're a wizard, Frodo.
I'm a wizard.
you shall
You
not
must-
pass.
You must take the ring. You must take the ring to Mordor, Harry. Wait.
We've got somewhere over the rainbow and
By
Killing
Grabthar's
two-
hammer.
by Graptar's hammer. You shall be avenged.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Thank you for joining us. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU Mondays. Y'all all have a great rest of your week. Bye.